leave your score like this. You have to always reset your score so that whenever a new game starts, the score can start from 0 and then count upward. Okay, so what you need to do, you use set score. Now, set score is different from change score. Okay, set score is different from change score. Now, what set score does is you can say, okay, I want to, when the game starts, I want to set my score to either 0 or 2. Okay, so that's like the starting point. I want to set score to, for most games, you will always see score as 0. Okay, score will always start from 0 and then count upward. Now, change score is what is adding score to your game. Okay, so you don't put change score at the top of the green, you don't put score at the beginning of the green flag. You put your change score in between where you have your code block, where the code is doing some function, specific function. So now if I click on the green flag, you notice that my score will return back to 0. So if I do this, can you see that my score has now returned back to what? 0. Now, where do we want our score to start counting from? Remember, we have a conditional statement here that says if touching sprite 1. What is sprite 1? Here, the pipe. Okay, the pipe is what? Sprite 1. Are we following? Hello?
Hi.
Are we following?
Yes.
So now, since we say if touching sprite 1, game over. If touching sprite 1, game over. Then glide downward, which means you want the sprite to fall down. Glide downward and then start a cricket sound. This is what it does. So if it touches that sprite, it's going to make a sound and then it drops to the floor. Okay. Now, what we want to do is, if this does not happen, something else should happen. And which is what? If this bird goes through this pipe, if it moves in between the pipe, we want it to change a score. So what you are going to do, you look for another block, which is going to be the if else block. Okay, let's take out the first if. Bring this, if this happens, do this. Remember, it's still the same thing, but it's just the use of the block now. But else, if it doesn't touch the sprite 1, change score by 1. Okay, now let's see. Now you can see that the score is changing so fast. We need to put a timer on it. Okay, and to do that, you put what? Because if you don't put a timer, if you don't put a timer, the score is going to loop so fast. It's going to loop too fast, and you don't want that. It doesn't look perfect. So what you want to do is, now if I click here, can you see the score? The score is changing so fast. It's changing so fast. That's not what we want. So we need to put a timer and say, wait for every 1 second. Okay, or you can increase it to like maybe 2 seconds. If you want it to be harder, you can increase it to wait for 2 seconds before you change the score. Now, what you are telling it is, remember, what you are telling it is, if you don't touch the sprite, which is this pipe, which is the pipe, this pipe, okay, which is this pipe. If you don't touch this pipe, I want you to move down, okay? Exit this. So remember what I said, that this is a conditional statement. What you're telling it is, if you don't do this, do something else, okay? If you don't do this, do something else. So So the program is going to obey the first instruction here. What is the instruction? The instruction is if touching sprite 1. And what is sprite 1? Our sprite 1 is the obstacle that we are using, which is the pipe. Our sprite 1 is the what? Is the obstacle. So we are telling it that if you touch the obstacle, we want something like a game over. But instead of using game over here, we are going to change this say game over to a backdrop, which we will customize later. Is that cool? So if you do this, if you touch the obstacle, do game over, glide down, and then make a sound. Once you make a sound, we want to stop the program. But if you don't touch sprite 1, which is the obstacle, we want you to wait for 2 seconds and then change score. So for every time the bird flies through in between that pipe, it's going to wait for 2 seconds and then changes the score. Okay? Are we good? Or is there anything that is confusing that you don't understand? So if we do this, so can you see that it changes until
I can see it.
it touches the pipe, okay? Until it touches the pipe, and then it's going to slide down, and then you can see that the score stopped at 4, okay? So can anybody do the score? Can anybody add the score and make it work?
Okay, sir.
Okay, Mr. Richard.
Okay, so while you do that, let me design the backdrop.
Listen, sir.
Yes?
I've asked Miss Cynthia who is that. No, nothing. This is the one.
The what?
No, what is the like this thing? All the sprite information, like move 10 steps and like code. Yeah, code.
The code? Where are they?
No, you over to code to check all what you have done in the distance. Can you scroll up so I can see it? Thank you. Let's go by 0. When I've heard you. Oh, keep quiet. My bear. 0. Alright, it's fine. Go to x minus 135 y 0. Okay, I now go to forever. Gives Let's press them. Okay, if no, it's moving. Ah, wait 0.25 seconds.
Should we still wait for you?
I'm almost done. 10 divided by 10. Hmm. I'm going to reset what is on. 10 divided by 10 next costume. Next. Now, else, after else, should be. Wait. My difficulty time. My difficulty time. Else. It's 0. Who does not know 0.25? Divided by -5. Next costume. Ah, this thing okay. Next costume. If then I now go to if wait. Okay. If
Are you
certain.
done?
No, I'm almost done. I see. Game over. No, you can.
Are you done? Time has gone. No.
No, when are you done? Right. That's all. Go, go, go.
You're done, right? Yeah.
Good.
Are you done? You've taken our time. Okay. So now,
When are you done? Almost done. It's coming.
Who's sharing the screen?
Hmm?
Mister, but it's kind of hard. Hard for me.
Okay, so can you see my screen now?
Yes.
So you can see my game
Yes.
over, right? You can see my game
Yes.
over. Hmm? Okay, so now I'll just come to backdrop. Let me go back. Let's go back to paint. Okay, backdrop 2. So my backdrop is backdrop 2. And I'll go to my code and do this. So I'll select backdrop 2 and I'll snap it in. Okay, so let's see. Now, whenever the game starts, we don't want this game over to always be there. Okay, so we need to go back to our backdrop, and then we select blue sky, and then we bring blue sky at the top of the green flag. So if we do this, so can you see? So let's start our game. So it shows this game over. Okay. So you can now write something. You can make this game over smaller and then just write something like press the green flag to start a new game. Okay. So all this looks like it looks like it's a bit of work, but you get more understanding as you work with different projects. Okay, you get more understanding as you work with different projects. So by the time we do one or two projects, by the time we do up to like 3 to 4 projects now, you get familiar with most of these codes because already the code is looking cumbersome and you might have difficulty understanding what each block does. But you already have an idea of what each block does. But stacking them together like this now makes it looks like it's difficult. Now with practice, okay, with practice, you will perfect your skill. You perfect your programming skills. Okay, which is why I will always encourage you to keep working on more projects, do different projects. So with more projects, you can test your ability. Okay, you will have issues. So when you have issues, bring it to the class and then let's work together to debug. Okay, let's work together to debug. So now, I think we are done with this. Okay, I think we are done with this project. Tomorrow we move to something different. I don't want us to spend time here like we did on this because ideally we should have used like 1 day or 2 days to complete this program, this particular project. Because of the way you guys are, sometimes you don't come to class early. When I ask for your assignment, you don't show your assignment. Now, the reason why we are asking for your assignment is because we want to know that you are following through. You understand what we are doing in class. Okay, so if you have issues, which is what I will always tell you, if you have issues, bring it to the class. Try something different with all the blogs. Try something different. And if you have any challenges, bring it to me once we have the next one. Bring it to me and say, okay, these are my challenges. Okay, that's fine. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Yeah, did you guys hear me?
Hi.
You
Yes.
heard me, right? You heard everything I said.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So tomorrow we'll be starting with a new project entirely. Okay. We start a new project entirely.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Roland.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Daniel,
I learned something.
Jasil,
Yes.
someone's background is noisy. Who is that?
It's
Tel Aviv, your background is noisy. Valeria, Joseph, Tel Aviv, Daniel, Jasil, do you guys have questions?
What was the background sounding like?
The noise
Yes.
has gone down. It's Tel
Okay.
Aviv's, the noise has gone down. Okay, so do you have questions for Mr.
No.
Roland before he leaves?
Excuse me, I have a lot of questions. Number one, when I tried to do the thing that he did, the thing was like this. I was doing it, but as I was doing it, I had a few problems and mistakes.
Okay, noted. What's the second question?
The second question is that one. Should we do everything that he does on the screen?
Okay.
Yeah. And there are some certain variables that when I try, there are some certain blocks that when I try to put it, the thing will be showing the opposite of what I'm looking for.
Oh, okay. Okay, now we've tried to do something. Most of the classes were recorded. Okay, so I'm going to upload them later today, and then I will share the links with your parents so that you can always go back to check the classes and be able to check where you missed out. Right? Just say, did you get it? Mr. Roland, do you have any answers?
Oh, I don't, from what you're saying, I don't, if only I can see what the challenge is.
And another thing is that I'm not able to share my screen. Whenever I click share screen, it will share everything. I will not see everything I'm working on.
So I think on the share screen, you might have to like talk to your parent to help you check why you are not able to share your screen.
Just say, but you've been sharing your screen before today.
Yes, but it's only 1 or 2 times.
So is it only today that you've encountered these issues?
Not only today, other days.
Okay, discuss it with mommy. Maybe she can be able to help, okay?
Okay.
Otherwise, tomorrow log on time, like 4, then both of us will walk through it.
Okay.
Tomorrow, if you are not able to resolve it, tomorrow, get into the class by 4 or before 4:15 so that we can resolve it before the class starts by 4:30.
Okay.
All right, so if everybody is listening to me, we have for last week activities from Monday to Friday, we have someone that won the Star Coder of the Week. and we're going to announce it tomorrow before the class starts. So if you want to know if you are the one, whether you are the one or not, be in class by 4:30 on the dot. So I'm going to be making the announcement by 4:35 who won the Star Coder for last week, Monday to Friday. Then I will also let you people know the criteria that we used in choosing the Star Coder, so that starting from tomorrow, Tuesday to Friday, we also have someone who is going to win.
Is that going to be a gift?
From this week, there's points, and we'll add up the points at the end of the class, and whoever scores the highest, then the person will get a gift. The class, this is our third week, right? This is our third week, right, guys?
Yes.
So the class is ending next week. So we'll have to check this week, next week, and last week points. We'll put it together, then whoever scored the highest point, then we'll announce what the persons win. And then during the last days, we're also going to show.
I think so.
We're also going to show our project to our guests. And then our guests will choose whose project is the best, and whose project is the best will also get a gift, apart from the general gift. And if it also concerns to be the same person, the person will now have to get 2 gifts. So I want us to take our work more seriously, and I want us to show more commitment. So by tomorrow, 4:35 on the dot, I'm going to make the announcements, and I won't call the points, but I'm going to tell you guys what we are looking at, so that everybody will push their game up. Trust me, you want to win. You want to win the overall prize. You want to win the overall prize. Okay? Now, I will upload all the recordings and send the link to us. We can always refer to that link to check. I will put the dates and all, so that it will be easy for us to pick where we missed out from. Like Mr. Roland said, starting from tomorrow, as you keep on working on new projects, you are going to be learning more, and you are going to be strengthening the one you already know. Ask questions. Ask questions, participate. See, the fact that this class is free, your facilitator was paid to teach you. Are you with me, guys?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. So the company paid your facilitator to teach you. So if you are not asking questions, if you are not pressing in on him, it means you won't get the best of value. So it is best. It is the best that you press in. If he gives you work, be on class on time from 4 o'clock. Tell him where you are not getting it. Let him go back. Let him make sure that you get it. It is your work to get it. You know, it is you that must get the value out of your time. Your time, it is not easy to leave school and also log into this class and begin to take another class entirely. That's why we made it only 1 hour, and we also made your weekend free. So you have to get value for your time, and you have to make me get value for my money by making sure you get the best from your instructor. And that's why I always ask, do you have questions? Are there things you would like for me to you would like for me to tell your facilitator, like, this area, they need help, you need to slow down, you need to take it up, you need to. The last time I asked, you all said that it was fine, that he was carrying you, all of you, along. So I needed him to leave so that you can talk to me. Do you have challenges? Are there things that you want him to improve on as well? I also take feedback from him. He's practically the person that chooses who is the best coder for the week. because he's the one always in class. Most times I'm not there with you. It's only when I have the time to be in class. So I need a feedback from you as well. Do you have anything that you want to tell me? Do you have anything that you want to see improved? We have only this week and next week to conclude this class. Let me hear from you. If there is nothing, then we'll call it a day.
Okay. As you, Miss Lilia, I'm only going to be using Scratch.
Okay, for these 4 weeks, for this week and next week, is basically on Scratch. Going forward, I will let us know what next.
Okay.
But the idea is that it's going to be, this is just foundational. The idea is that we will graduate into building of websites. Also
Okay, is it like using
into
Sublime
building of-
Text?
Like?
Is it like Sublime Text?
Not really, not really. But
Okay.
we'll move on. We are going to move on. The idea is we'll move into using HTML to build our profile websites, and then move
Yes,
on higher.
HTML is Sublime Text.
Okay. Then we'll move higher into building mobile apps. That would be where the
Wow.
class will cap. That would be where the
Okay.
class will cap. So, but this is just where we are now. And I need also, any more questions?
Not really, no.
Jassy, do you have questions? Daniel, do you have questions? Valerie, do you have questions?
Not really.
Okay, so,
But
all right,
my thing is that my other question is that if you're going to record, if you're who even is anybody else in a Zoom class?
anybody else like?
Like before we started, I saw that the thing was going to be VIA centers in Germany, something.
No, nobody else is seeing it. Nobody else is in the class. It's just us.
Is the class over?
Yes, for today. Yes, I'm just making an
Is the class
announcement.
over? Okay.
Okay, so guys, have
Bye.
a beautiful evening. Bye.